Hello everyone and welcome back to Jones's Shooting. Now today I've got a new gun on the channel that I've recently gone out and bought. I've only shot 100 rounds for it so far, and that is the GSG 1911 22LR UK Spec. Let's get straight to it. Now before we start anything and going into details about who GSG are and a little bit about the UK law, I'll just show the firearm is clear and safe to handle at the moment. So this is my firearm. As you can see, there is nothing in the chamber, and I will remove the magazine for the purposes of this video. So the firearm is safe to handle. Now, who are GSG? So established in 2002, GSG primarily work on 22LR replica firearms, such as this 1911 here, or they also have another one called the GSG Firefly. And alongside this, they also have some blank firing guns and airsoft guns, such as a Replica G36 in airsoft. Now, they're popular in the UK due to being mainly in 22 long rifle. Such examples of this is this one I've got here, and you can also consider the MP5 clone they have as well. Now, being in 22LR makes it cost effective for ourselves to shoot these and get around some of the legal restrictions in the UK. For example, we're not allowed to own semi-automatic firearms under a normal Section 1 firearms permit if the caliber is above 22 long rifle. However, if it is 22 long rifle, it is allowed to be semi-automatic, which is why when it comes to the practical shooting here in the UK, you mainly see shotguns and you also see mini rifle, such as 22 long rifle. Now, in 2013, the majority of shares in GSG were bought by L&O Holdings. Now, they are the majority shareholder in multiple firearms companies, and such big names are Mauser, Blazer, and so forth. If you're really interested in that, you can have a look online. I found most of the information on the internet anyway. Now, a very little bit about UK firearms law, specifically long barrel pistols and long barrel revolvers. Now, they have to have a minimum length of at least 60 centimeters, and 12 inches of that has to be a barrel, which is why actually all of this here is a barrel. This isn't a suppressor or moderator, this is a barrel. Alongside this, there can only be 22 long rifle unless it's a long barrel revolver, in which case it can be pistol caliber cartridges, such as my Chiappa Rhino, which is in 357. And it has to have a rifle extension, a pistol extension, sorry, which is like a brace, is what they call it. Personally, I just like call it a coat hanger. It looks really unappealing. They've done quite a good job on this gun of making it blend in, and it does kind of change the balance, the weight a bit to make it a bit nicer to hold, especially with the longer barrel on it. But overall, it makes it look like a very fugly, ugly gun is all I can say. Now, first off, I'm going to talk about what the gun came with in the box when I purchased it from the store. So, this was a gun purchased in conjunction with the Bushnell RXS 100 red dot optic. As you can see, it's mounted on the back here. It's a pretty nice optic, I will admit. However, when it comes down to target acquisition, some people prefer the standard sights on the pistol. Some people like red dots. I personally don't really have a preference. I've only shot it, however, with the red dot on, which is probably why I don't have a preference at the moment. And I will say acquiring a target isn't difficult at all having the red dot. So personally, I don't think it's much of a disadvantage in having the red dot on, and it's a nice feature as well. Alongside this, you come, of course, with your safety manuals, a sticker for GSG, and a few things to support mounting optics and so forth, or disassembling the pistol itself. Nothing too special in here. And of course you've got a couple of mini screwdrivers and an Allen key in relation to that. You also have a really nice hard case, and I actually really like this hard case. The pistol fits really nice and flush in there, and there's plenty of room to add a few extra things in there in case you've got a few tools or things if you're tampering with it on the range. It's actually quite nice. So let's get on to the pistol itself. Now, it is a single action 1911 style, and actually it's supposedly full size as well. Now, I've never actually held a 1911 in 45 ACP before. However, I will say this fits nice in the hand, and it's kind of what I would imagine it feeling like, to be honest. It is 2.2 long rifle caliber, and it has a 10 round magazine capability, which I think is quite small, to be honest, especially for the 2.2 rounds. I have gone ahead and purchased myself a second magazine, which cost me about £27. So I have two 10 round magazines now, but the gun only comes with one, so bear that in mind. It does have an ambidextrous thumb safety as per the normal 1911s. You have to press your thumb down on the thumb safety alongside having the magazine inserted and the slide forward before the trigger will be pressed. So as you can see, the magazine is not in at the moment. If I put my thumb on the thumb safety, nothing happens. I cannot pull the trigger. However, we do have an empty mag and you know the pistol is clear. If I insert this magazine now, it will let me press the thumb safety and the trigger will come forward like so. The gun also comes with a low fixed rear sight and free front sight adjustable. Like I've already mentioned, I do have a Bushnell RXS 100 on here, so personally that's not really much of a bad to me at the moment. I really do have to say, the double diamond pattern walnut grips actually look and feel really nice. They're quite grippy and it does add a nice effect to the gun. I believe the trigger weight is about 2,100 grams. By doing a little bit of research online, it fluctuates a bit around that number, so that's just kind of a ballpark. And weight wise, I'm not exactly sure how much it weighs. I'll go whack it on the scales and get back to you just now. Okay, so we've got some scales now and I'm gonna weigh the gun here, see how much it weighs. So, let's first of all turn on our scales. It's in the gram setting. And if I just rest it on the scales here, oh, I've just knocked it into ounces. So it's coming in at about 1,500 grams or 1.5 kilograms for those interested. So that's how much this weighs with the barrel extension and the wrist brace and the Bushnell RXS 100 sight. Now, of course, with any gun, I have shot it. I've only shot about 100 rounds for it so far, and these are my initial thoughts on the pistol. Now, I'll be honest, it looks and feels like a proper Colt 1911. I think the quality of the materials used are very nice. Personally, I think it shoots quite well for a 2.2 long rifle pistol. It's accurate enough, hits a target plenty fine. It's cheap to shoot, being 2.2, and also it's just, I don't know, it just feels nice in the hand, to be honest with you, especially for a very ugly looking gun as it is here in the UK. What I will mention, however, is whilst I was putting rounds down in the range, it seemed to have some light primer strikes. And I'm talking, I ended up with quite a few misfired rounds, as you can see on screen now, where the primer is very clearly indented, but the round hasn't gone off. Now, personally, that could be problems with the rounds I have. They're supposed to be decent quality. They are Ely rounds. I can't quite remember. They're the high velocity ones because this is a 2.2 HV. But either way, they weren't firing, which is just either because the gun is new and it might need breaking in a little bit, getting used to the rounds I'm using. I might just have to try one or two good different types of ammunition for it to see what suits it best. Another downside, of course, I think is the magazine capacity only being 10 rounds, and also the fact it's UK legal spec. Like, it's not very visually appealing, if I'm being perfectly honest, is it? Anyway, that is my overview and what I think, and a little bit about this long barrel pistol at the moment. I'll probably make another video at some point a bit more in-depth about it. I've just kind of given an overview. I haven't been around very much recently, I've been extremely busy. But of course, I've managed to get myself down the range recently with a new pistol, and I'll definitely be back down there very soon with it. I've also ended up joining another club alongside the university, which is something new, and just kind of getting back into the flow of things again. You can probably tell at the moment as well, I don't sound top tier. I do sound a little bit dodgy because I got a little bit of a sore throat over the last day or two. Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching, and I hope to see you all soon in a future video. If you have any questions, and if I can answer them, I will. Just drop them in the comments. And yeah, enjoy your day. night, evening, I don't even know anymore. See ya.